Hey guys, Shrapnel here. Another video that involves pens, but just bear with me. I'll get to other fun stuff in a little bit. Today I'm going to talk about my pen philosophy. Let me pull up my chair real quick, because it's best to probably sit for this video, because I'm not going to be moving anything. Anyways, now, what you see in front of you are quite a variety of pens. Some fountain pens, like you probably already can recognize the Urban, the Sheaffer, and the Jinhao. But some pens you may not recognize. On the far left you have the Cross Classic Century. On the far right you have the Zebra Z-Grip Bold. There's a Pilot G2. There's a and then in between the Sheaffer and the Jinhao is the Bic Atlantis, and next to the Jinhao is the ballpoint I pair with it. It's just a cheap one I got at a book sale. So yeah. And then up away, just slightly out of frame, is my bottle of Parker Quink. Now, everyone uses ballpoints. It's usually the first pen you get. They're not bad if you get a smooth one. That one that I got at the book sale, smoothest of all of them. There's the Fisher Bullet. I'm not a fan of the ink cartridge. I don't like the way it writes. I mean, yeah, it's fancy and all that, but I don't need it. I don't need all that fanciness. Doesn't hurt to have it, but I don't really care. The Cross Classic Century. It's a nice writing pen. Not the nicest, but it writes nicely. Just the ergonomics on it suck. The Zebra Z-Grip Bold. That's not even the original ink cartridge. I switched it out for a Bic one. I think I swapped that one in the Bic Atlantis. Don't quite remember. I've switched it so many times. And then I don't like the feel of the Pilot G2. Instead, I usually go for the Uniball Signo or the Zebra Sarasa. I don't like the ergonomics of the Pilot G2. I don't like the way the Pilot G2 writes. However, I like the way the Pilot V7 writes. The Precise V7, the clicky one. I do like that one. I honestly want to get some more, but they're expensive. And I do fountain pens now. But anyways, there's a reason why I went to fountain pens. Less hand fatigue. It may not matter for the short term, but it does matter long term. They're more efficient to work with. The whole, they're cheaper to work with is a load of baloney. It's cheaper to buy the Bic round sticks in bulk. Those last longer than a fill on a fountain pen. A box of I think it's 100 is cheaper than a bottle of ink. If you buy the Parker Quink and the Jinhao 301, that'll last you probably as long as that box of Bics, but the Bics are cheaper. The only difference is it's not monetary. It's about comfort and enjoyment. You will most likely enjoy writing with a fountain pen. But that's just not the case with the Bics. Your hand cramps up, and it just, no one really looks at you. But if you pull out a fountain pen, people will look at you and think, oh, this guy, he's a good writer. He knows what he's doing. It's all about putting out an image. So, the fountain pen, you got it. What do you do next? You bought your cheap Jinhao, or you bought your Pilot Metropolitan, or you even jumped the gun and went with what I did, the Parker Urban with all the little gadgets and gizmos. Where do you go from there? You can do what I did and buy some cheaper ones to kind of expand the collection faster. Or you can keep moving up. If you got the Pilot Metropolitan, get the Urban. You get a Custom 74 even. Get the Vanishing Point, which is what I really, really want. But we'll see. But yeah, once you know that fountain pens are the way you want to go, I explained what you should do in my first video. Once you know that fountain pens are the way you want to go, figure out your preferences. Do you like the cap, or is the cap something that gets in your way? If the cap gets in your way, but you still want the fountain pen, it's done. Get the vanishing point, maybe a few different variations, you're good. You're golden. You can stop. If it's possible. Or you can get the Lamy, it's a Lamy something, I forget what. But, or you can stick with getting the cheap ones. My other idea is I like the Jinhao 301. Why not get the X750, the X450, the 250, and the 159? Why not get some of those? Expand my collection faster. I can get a 4-pack of the 250s for like $10. Or, like I said in my earlier video, I have the Schaefer. I honestly think the Metropolitan is a better option, only because it's more, what's the word? Oh, I'm drawing a blank. It's more customizable. It gives you the converter. You can use whatever ink you want. With that, you're limited to what standard international cartridges you can buy. Mind you, Private Reserve, they have quite a variety of standard international cartridges you can choose from, color-wise. But still, it's limited. The converter is just so much easier to work with. I wish I had more converters. I wish I got the one with my Parker Irvin. But again, I'm not going to get too mad about that. My Jinhao does just fine. And the Jinhao itself was cheaper than the converter. Cheaper than what it would cost to get the converter. And honestly, I don't think I would care. Because I still use the Jinhao more than the Irvin. I only use the Irvin more in the beginning. It's only got more use because I had it longer. When I first got the Jinhao, I actually didn't like it too much. It took a while to get used to. And the only reason why I don't carry it so often is because the threading on that holds the back, that holds the nib section and the grip to the body of the pen isn't exactly perfect. It gets loose fairly easily, so I don't carry it that often. So it stays on my desk. But being out of school, I use it more. I write in my journal. I'll take internet notes on random stuff I feel like writing. But I feel that if you're just starting out, or you're just looking to expand your collection, and you already have something like the Jinhao X450, buy the Metropolitan, the Schaefer, VFM or whatever they call it, the Lamy, not the 2000, that's expensive, the Lamy Safari. Just stay in that range for a little while. Kind of like, your best option is to pick a range and buy all the ones that interest you, and then move on. Slowly build your collection that way. Start buying the Jinhaos, the Heroes, and all those. Then, move on. Move up. Buy the Pilot, Metropolitan, the Plumix, and the Penmanship. Get the Schaefer, VFM. Get the Parker, what is it, the Vector or the Velocity? I don't know. And then move on. Get the Lamy Safari, the Parker IM, those. Just slowly work up. And then, once you start getting into those more high-end pens, you can look back and say, wow, my collection is huge. And along the way, you'll probably pick up inks. This is a good way to build it up. And with the cheaper pens, you can learn what you like and what you don't like. You can learn your ideal weight of a pen. So you can narrow down, as you progress, you become more picky. You're more likely to find a pen that will be your perfect pen. And who knows where it might be. Like as of right now, I don't have one. But I have my Grail, which is the vanishing point. It fits all my needs. I'm a college student. I want the clicky feature, but it's flashy, but not too flashy. If I go with like the matte black or the gunmetal. But if I want to be a little more spontaneous, I'll get like the green or the blue. Who knows? You have options that ballpoints and roller balls don't give you. That's why fountain pens are so much better. I know this is a long-winded, and I probably repeated myself many times. I'm scatterbrained, and it's midnight. Alright, see you guys later.